Rise and shine, East Texas. I'm Cynthia McLaughlin.
It is now 5:01.
Then freezing weather and frigid air can make even the closest commutes complicated. I'll tell you what essentials around the house can help you combat the cold. You're watching KETK Today for your Wednesday morning.
Welcome back. And 'tis the season of giving. That's exactly what we're doing here at KETK Studios. Our 12th annual Neil's Wheels Bicycle Collection Drive is already underway. We're actually down to the last few hours. You have until 5 p.m. this Friday, that's today, to bring us your bikes for boys and girls in our area, and we will deliver them to some East Texas children in need.
Cynthia, what can East Texans have on hand that could help them on this chilly morning?
Oh, I've got all the tips for you, Isaac. According to my KETK mobile app, it is 28 degrees. You definitely want to bundle up. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers on, and I'm feeling okay. I even took the gloves off. I'm feeling brave. But before you take the kids to school this morning, here's some things that you should definitely toss in your car before you head out the door. First of all, de-icing spray. This one has a little handy scraper with it.
Fox 51 Good Day anchor Cynthia McLaughlin joining us live in our newsroom now at the top of the hour to explain why the investigators are so worried about Willow's safety. Cynthia, what can you tell us?
Trent, the Amber Alert is now in its 22nd hour as FBI agents and local law enforcement intensify their search. Authorities believe she may be with these two people, Austin Walker and Courtney Odom. They could be responsible for Willow's disappearance.
Live from the Smith County at the Hub, which has already seen a massive amount of voters casting their ballot early. So, Cynthia, is it the same story today? Still seeing a large turnout out there?
That's right, Kara. I'm here in downtown Tyler at the Smith County Election Hub. And can I just say, what a beautiful day to get out and vote. We really cannot be any luckier. Now these veterans are ready to aim their life in a new direction.
It's just a break and take a deep breath, you know, for a lot of guys.
Happening tomorrow, the Longview Heart Walk and 5K Red Carpet Run kicks off at Heritage Plaza in downtown Longview. The fundraiser will feature group exercises, health screenings, hands-on training, food trucks, and a survivor's walk. Continuing coverage on a horrific story from Cherokee County. It involves a girl who claims she shot her dog 10 times and then posted a video of the suffering animal on social media. Law enforcement agencies have now confirmed the dog died from those injuries, and we've chosen not to show the video because it is just too graphic for television. It's now 11:48. We have some breaking news for you this morning. A Chapel Hill ISD employee is behind bars for election fraud. You just heard from City of Tyler and Smith County officials regarding the coronavirus in our area, all with a similar message to heed the advice from the CDC: social distancing, cleanliness, and only making necessary trips. Now, Noah, let's bring it back to our area, East Texas. We have two plants here, one in Panola County, one in Shelby County, in Carthage and Center. And we've been told by the county officials that there have been cases at these plants, but nobody's really releasing the numbers, the specifics about how many tests have been made. Why is that? And some critics have said that Tyson was too slow to react to the virus, which could have led to the outbreaks at many of your plants. Why didn't Tyson act faster to prevent the spread among your workers? Right there, that was Governor Abbott announcing an executive order including no gatherings of 10 or more people, no dining in bars or restaurants, but takeout or drive-through is encouraged, no visiting nursing or retirement homes. Schools remain closed, but online learning should continue. He emphasized this is not a shelter in place, but this executive order will be in effect from midnight Friday, tomorrow to midnight April 3rd. Just a reminder, KETK News is talking with Governor Abbott in a virtual town hall from Austin this evening. He will answer our questions and yours about the coronavirus impact in Texas. Just use the hashtag #AskAbbott on social media. Now, I'm glad you brought up those reports of you being seen around the Capitol without wearing a mask. You say you have been wearing one and now you've contracted COVID-19. So do you have anything to respond to those claims, or does this change your view on wearing a mask?
No, it doesn't if you're found to have the COVID virus. I think that's important.
Right, so you're pushing the importance of wearing a mask once you actually are confirmed to have coronavirus, but it seems health experts are saying you should wear it even if you do not. Do you agree with that then, to protect yourself?
There are an awful lot of people that think it's the great thing to do all the time, but I can't help but think that if I hadn't been wearing a mask so much, in the last 10 days or so, I really wonder if I would have gotten it.
And with breaking news this half hour, as the first positive case of coronavirus in East Texas has been confirmed in Gregg County. This is according to the CDC testing facility in Atlanta, Georgia. Governor Abbott just gave us an update on the various preparations for Hurricane Laura. That was just as of 7 this morning. It is forecasted to make landfall as a Category 3 hurricane, or the governor said possibly a Category 4 hurricane. He said this storm will be a lot like Rita. Thank you, Carson. Team coverage now as Laura slams into East Texas and western Louisiana. The National Weather Service had issued a hurricane warning for a couple of counties in deep East Texas as powerful wind gusts could pose a danger to people in the storm's path. KETK Sarah Legray has been live in Lufkin this morning where things seem relatively calm. Sarah, are things picking up at all as the storm creeps closer? Well, under mandatory evacuation orders, the people who do not leave are civilly liable for the cost of a later rescue, and that's if they are rescued at all.
That's right, Deborah. We're here to talk about the weather.
Right. We're 12 hours after Hurricane Laura made landfall as a Category 4 storm, and now it's already been downgraded to a tropical storm.
That's what usually happens.
Those are my two dad jokes. Cynthia, you are next.
Okay. What is Beethoven's favorite fruit?
I don't know.
Banana. A Missouri rescue puppy is just taking the internet by storm this week. A 10-week-old named Narwhal has what appears to be a tail growing right from his forehead. You gotta love that. My tennis coach, however, just threw tennis balls at me. I'll never forget that, Kevin. It is now 6:54. Tyler G. Welcome back. It's now 5:14 on your Monday morning. Eric, I see you have our grades from Question of the Day up there.
I do, guys, and the math scores were not kind.
A big D. That's not good.
Well, have you ever wanted to be a real-life Malibu Barbie?
No.
Oh, well, I have. In celebration of Barbie's 60th anniversary, Mattel has created a real Malibu Barbie dream house. It sure is dreamy. Look at that. It's complete with a slide and infinity pool. The life-size dream house is available to rent for only $60 a night.
This is a real house.
This is a real house. It's only $60 a night.
But, you know, it doesn't matter how many times you hit the gym. Sometimes... Okay, actually it is. Okay, well, it's locked, but sometimes it is hard to get out of the car during this time of year. But I've got something at home that can help you. Just normal cooking spray. Watch this. So you just spray it on the rubber of your car, rub that in, leave it overnight, and I promise you will never have that issue again. No more sticky car doors. And here's another thing. If you love to recycle, take a plastic bag, just one from the grocery store, put it around your side mirrors. You can tie it down with a rubber band, or now the wind's picking up. Let's see. Just like that, that's one less thing you have to scrape in the morning, maybe get to sleep in an extra 5 minutes.
At a gas station here in Tyler, I saw 236 this morning driving
I fill up my
in.
car like this. I can't look.
You don't want to look at the price.
Finally feeling like fall, Carson. Speaking of which, ghouls, goblins, and vampires. It is scary season over at Six Flags over Texas in Arlington, and there is plenty to look forward to. Texas, it is 5:11. Is there a holiday today? I can't remember.
I thought this was just a normal day at the office.
Olivia, thank you. Some East Texans have obviously been paying close attention to Eric's Halloween forecast, and they aren't letting Mother Nature rain on their parade. If you want to try it out, the ingredients for the shake can be found in stores and online, and you could also add stevia, pure vanilla, and lemon juice to improve the taste.
What do you do when you're stressed out? How do you relieve stress?
I usually go to the gym. Run really, really fast.
I wish I was one of that people. I do the opposite. I eat comfort foods.
That's what I do after.
Desserts. All that. Calms me down.
Desserts is stress spelled backwards.
That's true.
I want us to look at this video real quick from Winona ISD. It's super cute. The students at the elementary school had a little bit of fun pranking their principal. East Texas, well, today is a very special day.
Why's that?
That's because today we show our appreciation for our very own Eric.
Oh, thank you. That's
today
so nice
is
of you.
National Weather Person Day, if you didn't know. And Eric you're pretty amazing. You do 5 hours of weather every day.
Oh, thank you.
And he doesn't fall asleep once.
Sometimes I have to take a nap. Sometimes I have to in between
Your weather
shows.
walks are actually...
No, they're not. No, they're not. Don't give away my secrets.
The recall applies to items produced on March 21st, and that looks like one's on your screen.
I'm sorry, Cynthia.
That's just one after the other. I can't win.
I know you're disappointed.
All right, well, last night you definitely want to have the animals in the stables, but you might be able to get away with having the horses in the back tonight. or over the weekend, actually.
Can you take them to the Old Town Road as well?
Maybe.
As long as it didn't flood over.
Now 7:39 on your Monday morning. Happening today, East Texas athletes are back to the grind, but with new safety measures in place, of course. Our new Fox 51 morning reporter Sarah Allegre joins us live from Jacksonville this morning to explain how local school districts are keeping students healthy during the pandemic. Good morning, Sarah, and welcome to the Good Day team.
We will be seeing some nicer weather.
Well, despite it feeling like winter, baseball spring training is in full swing as players begin to shake off the rust and prepare for the upcoming season.
Cynthia and Isaac, wreck 'em Tech!
Wreck 'em Tech. Well, the Texas Tech Red Raiders are waking up in Minneapolis today, where they will continue their preparations the rest of the week for their first ever Final Four. They left from Lubbock early Wednesday morning, hundreds at United Supermarkets Arena. Well, Silver Star Nation was pretty pumped about the big win over the Eagles last night, but not as pumped as this Texas bride who had two Cowboys players crash her wedding before crashing into the end zone.
Cynthia, I'm going to throw it over to you. I'm going to call this the worst weekend of NFL football I have ever seen.
Eric, can you see it?
I can't, no.
Me either. Where's the Cowboys offense? The Cowboys got their first win of the season 2 Sundays ago, but the offense still seemed to have some issues. Those issues were further exposed Sunday in Seattle. The Washington Redskins announced they will retire their name and their logo. The official announcement released from the football team about 15 minutes ago. Sources state the organization plans on keeping their burgundy and gold colors. Okay, welcome back. Let's be honest here. The holidays can be super overwhelming. You have to get everything prepared, the food, the decor, the travel arrangements. There's a lot on the table. Pun intended. Pun intended there.
That's a good one.
Thank you. So we're joined now by Pam Gabriel, owner of Sweet Gourmet, and she's here to save the day.
Save the day. Yes. I think the #1 tip is you need to be shopping today.
Welcome back, East Texas. We're joined now by the East Texas Men in Harmony. It's kind of like a tradition. There's always serenades, and it's romantic for Valentine's Day. And I understand that you guys have something that you do here in East Texas. Tell me about it.
We do.
Welcome back. I'm Cynthia McLaughlin, and thanks for joining us for our second half hour of our special edition of KTK's East Texas Live. Today we are talking about everything East Texas Giving Day. If you're just now tuning in, Kyle Penny with the East Texas Communities Foundation is here to tell us a little bit about what exactly this special day is all about. So welcome, Kyle.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
This is an easy click donate to give button.
I mean, there's been great publicity. I can't scroll through Facebook without seeing something about my inbox is just flooded with organizations, you know, and banks trying to match donations. I mean, you can just see everybody coming together for this.
Right. That's the power of doing this on one day all together.
You should know the 5th annual East Texas Giving Day was a huge success. More than $2.15 million was raised on Tuesday, and that shatters last year's record of $1.3 million.
All right, a national holiday that we as Texans definitely can get behind.
We almost get the day off, right?
Almost.
No?
It's definitely a good way to start the weekend, especially for us. We get off at noon, so we get to start before the crowds. Tomorrow is National Margarita Day, if you didn't know, and On the Border is here to tell us about kind of what they have going on. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
So we're doing our $4 Grand Margarita.
This week they answered our prayers and added a new flavor, cookie dough overload. So if you're like me and chocolate chip cookie dough is not enough, you're adding it on top, in the middle, all over the place.
It's called loaded overload.
Loaded?
It's overload. It's
overloaded. So today we're getting a taste of some recipes and stuff like that. So Dawn, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
You know, in East Texas, we love our Bluebell. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for stopping by. Do you want to help me with the teas? Oh, kisses. After the break, we'll take one last look at the 7-day forecast. Stay with us. You're watching East Texas Live.
Off tonight with some breaking news. A missing East Texas teen has been found safe. FBI says she was found in Louisville, Kentucky. Van Zandt County officials do confirm that Austin Walker and Courtney Odom are in custody and will be charged in the case. Now, Sermons is en route right now back to East Texas, even as we speak. KTK Today anchor Cynthia McLaughlin explains how and when Amber Alerts are issued for missing children, just like Willow.
That she's not in trouble, and we love her and want her back home.
A plea from a family member for 14-year-old Willow Sermons to come home. Willow is a freshman at Grand Saline High School.
Very bubbly and outgoing, but, you know, it's hard for her to make friends and stuff because of her disability. She gets teased a lot.
Her family members tell us she turned 14 just last week, then went missing early Tuesday morning.
My mom had gone out on her back porch and noticed that Willow's window was open, which is like 7 foot off the ground. No way that she could get out by herself.
An Amber Alert was issued late Wednesday night, leaving many East Texans wondering why it took nearly 2 days for it to be issued.
Everybody's question was, why wouldn't this be issued sooner? Well, if you don't have the information to meet the criteria, then the state system, that's why it's in place. There are other things that can be done, and there's other investigative tactics that are being done in the meantime.
Authorities believe these two people, Austin Walker and Courtney Odom, could be responsible for Willow's disappearance. Walker is believed to be driving a white 2012 Toyota Camry, registered in Odom's name. Public records obtained by KETK News show the license plate on that Camry is registered to this home in Bullard.
We found Willow's social media accounts. She has multiple on Facebook, and on one of them, Austin Walker is listed as one of her recently added Facebook friends. Relatives say Willow told a friend Walker was coming to get her the night she went missing.
That's one of the things, even at the center, we see a lot of child-to-child disclosures, which they tell their friends because they're not comfortable telling an adult.
Rubith Renteria is the Director of Community Education at the Children's Advocacy Center in Smith County. She says parents should be especially vigilant in monitoring their children's social media accounts, especially with more time at home.
We lock our doors at night to protect our family and to protect our children. So why aren't we doing those same safeguards with our electronic devices?
As the Van Zandt County Sheriff's Office investigates, with the assistance of several other agencies, what authorities need more than anything is your help.
Amber Alerts, I would say that the only way that they are successful is when the public responds.
All with a common goal: to bring a child home safe. Cynthia McLaughlin, KETK News.
And of course, this is a developing news story, and we're still learning more information every minute now about the details in this case. As we learn more, we'll update you on our website. That will be KETK.com.
This morning's special report: more children under 4 years old die from drowning than any other cause. And with all the water here in East Texas, from backyard pools to large lakes, there is a huge risk that parents should always be aware of.
One Kilgore family thought they were doing everything in order to keep their kids out of harm's way, but tragedy still struck. This morning, we take a look at the remarkable recovery of one brave little boy who was proving doctors wrong. That's in our Fox 51 News exclusive.
This is Lincoln Walden, an active, adventurous 3-year-old. Video taken just before this joyful little boy's life would forever change. On June 15th, 2019, his mom got a call she never expected.
The only thing she could get out was, "It's Lincoln." And I asked, what was going on. She couldn't say anything. And finally I just broke down and I said, "Is he alive?" And she said, "I don't know."
Lincoln had been found in this pool next door to his grandparents' house in Hallsville. Doctors think he was in the water for as long as 20 minutes. A teenager pulled his lifeless body out before first responders arrived.
And, I did my assessment on him. He was not alive. He did not have a perfusing heartbeat.
EMTs and paramedics were willing to try anything in that ambulance.
A full-grown man just basically, pushing as hard as he can on my kid's chest to try to get him to breathe again. But I'm so thankful he did that. He got him to spit up all the water.
I did perform chest compressions. I did do them harder than I normally would have on somebody his age.
Finally, a pulse. Lincoln brought back to life. A miracle, but doctors still had doubts.
They weren't sure if he was going to make it, honestly. They said that it was some of the most severe brain damage that they had seen.
The difficult diagnosis: little Lincoln would never walk, talk, or eat again. After hospitals across the state refused to accept him, Dell Children's in Austin finally opened their doors.
That's when everything started to change.
That's where Lincoln had to relearn everything. Breathing on his own. Standing on his own 2 feet. taking his first steps using a special wheelchair.
Little by little, that's all that matters.
Every therapist he had was just in shock, and they said that they were so excited to go to work every single day because they were ready to see, you know, what Lincoln was going to do the next day.
September 5th, almost 3 months after the accident, Lincoln was discharged from Dell. Doctors and nurses who'd become like family, cheering his amazing accomplishment. And his progress continued beyond those hospital walls.
We were home for 2 days, and he started walking on his own completely.
His first words, Mom.
That was the best thing ever.
You know, it's just really just a miracle, really.
There is still a long road ahead. His feeding tube recently removed, and Lincoln still needs multiple medications every day.
Life is still hard, don't get me wrong. I miss hearing him talk to me, you know, having all those conversations. Yeah, I miss that a lot. Mainly, I love you. I love you, Mom. I know he'll say it again, though.
Kim Utley teaches a class called Infant Swim Resource, or ISR, in Tyler. Each lesson is 10 minutes long and involves lots of tears.
Jennifer had heard about ISR but didn't know just how important it would be until the accident changed her son's life forever.
Not even just paying for the lessons, but driving every single day to Tyler, you know, and to be here for a 10-minute class, I was like, that's crazy. I was like, he's fine. Nothing's gonna, you know, it's not gonna happen to us. And then the next thing I know, it happened to us.
Drowning is the #1 cause of accidental death in children 1 to 4 years old. It's the #2 cause of death in kids under 14. Kim teaches infants as young as 6 months old.
Once a child's mobile, they can get themselves into trouble. And if they can do that, they can roll on their back and float and survive that situation if an accident were to happen.
She says parents typically teach their children to associate water with fun activities.
Parents they're getting their kids in the water at a really young age and strapping a flotation device on them and teaching them to jump in and have fun, but they're not teaching them what to do when they don't have that device on.
Lessons like this are especially important because layers of protection around water don't always work.
They had the doors locked to the house. He managed to get out 2 doors, unlock them, open them, walk out, shut them behind him, and go out to the pool gate where he opened the pool and went in.
We are beginning to get more awareness, which is great, but we need even more.
Lincoln and his sister Layla started classes at the beginning of the year.
He can actually float all by himself now.
Lincoln continuing to do the things doctors said were impossible.
God has just blessed us beyond measure and has healed him in so many ways, in ways that I never expected. And I just am so blessed to be able to be here every day and to hang out with him all the time when he shouldn't even be here at all.
A truly remarkable recovery, documented every step of the way by a family forever grateful.
Now, some of the therapy Lincoln is in now isn't covered by insurance. Oxygen therapy alone costs thousands of dollars, but it has been helping Lincoln tremendously. So to help with those costs, Jennifer has created a GoFundMe page. You can find a link to that page on our website, EastTexasMatters.com. Just look for this story, Remarkable Recovery.
And thank you for that amazing story, Cynthia. Good job right there.
In our KETK exclusive story, for nearly 50 years, 2 fellow soldiers wondered if they would ever see each other again. And at times, they lost hope entirely. Thankfully for them, social media is not only bringing servicemen of the same war together, but door gunners of the same helicopter.
The Huey takes off like an angry hornet.
Member of the U.S. Army Air Cavalry, Fireball Aviation, 199th Light Infantry Brigade.
We went to a lot of stuff together.
William Hennessy of Tyler was a door gunner in the Vietnam War.
Flying a combat mission was totally voluntary, and We always volunteered.
Hennessy and the other door gunner, Wayne O'Chadless, were inseparable during their service, but they haven't seen each other since.
We were close friends. We pretty much were together all the time.
Their sisters connected the dots on Facebook, and after one simple search and a direct message, the men will finally see each other again.
I don't think it would have happened without social media.
The two veterans reconnected on Facebook
and reunited at baggage claim.
I'm real excited to get back with my buddy.
Patiently waiting for the warm embrace he's been looking forward to for a lifetime.
Hey, Wayne.
How you doing? Oh, man, good to see you, man. You staying?
A reunion so sweet.
The whole world. It means a lot to me.
So emotional.
I was so happy. I cried.
So surreal.
No, I figured I'd die before that.
Wayne and William say while they went through some hard times, it's all good memories. Memories they can now share with others, even strangers.
No, I was in Vietnam, and I just met my buddy after 50 years.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome, bro. I'd do it all over again.
Yes, sir. You would?
Yeah. In a heartbeat. For my country, hell yeah.
Honor for their country and for each other.
I'd die for him to this day, and he'd do the same for me, I know that.
As they leave DFW Airport together,
what we're gonna do today?
Hit the road and head to East Texas.
Oh, we're gonna barbecue in the backyard and have fun.
After being separated for more than 49 years, these two door gunners have finally found their own light at the end of the tunnel right here in East Texas.
Wayne will be in town through the Thanksgiving holiday. He's even thinking about moving to Tyler.